Hello folks, this is Tom Martin. This is my lottery strategy game, Decoding the Powerball. I'm picking my numbers for the drawing on August 5th, 2017. I have 7 strategies for my game, Decoding the Powerball. So strategy number 1, the game card color code. Okay, so if you've never seen my videos before, what you're looking at is what I call the game card. This represents all 69 white ball numbers in the Powerball lottery. Okay, I really don't have anything for the Powerball itself. I'm just looking to get the 5 white balls correct, because with the power play that pays a $2 million prize. Okay, so basically when the drawing goes off, I put the history of the numbers right over here to the right. Okay, and then I line it up with my color code here. So the last 3 drawings get transferred over to the game card as red numbers. Okay, and then orange numbers. Okay, so once these numbers start filling up on the game card, I have to have more green and even more blue to get a good representation of each number. Okay, so for this drawing, 13 red numbers, 15 orange, 12 green, 15 blue, and 14 purple numbers. Okay, so over here to the far right, okay, tells me how many colors have come up. Okay, so there's been 151 color code drawings, and out of those 151, 83 have been 3 colors. Okay, 58 have been 4 colors. 9 have been 2 colors, and only 1 time have all 5 colors come up. Okay, it never has just 1 color come up. Okay, so since all 5 colors hardly ever come up, the strategy is try to guess which color won't be coming up and eliminate those numbers off of the game card. Okay, so for this drawing, I'm looking at these orange numbers. They come up 4 drawings in a row here. Okay, and I just don't think there's going to be a 5th one. Okay, so I'm going to eliminate all the orange numbers. Okay, just like that. So hopefully none of the winning Powerball numbers will be an orange number. Okay, so that's the strategy. Okay, so I'm off to strategy number 2. The individual numbers. Okay, so here in the individual numbers, basically how things work is up at the top is the master of all the numbers. Okay, over to the right is the last drawing that just barely came up. The winning numbers were 1, 16, 54, 63, and 69. Okay, I have a 4 here that says that only 4 groups hit. Okay, so basically how this works, you can see the 69 was red due to the color code. And here's the 69 up in the master numbers, and if you follow it down, you can see that I colored it red. Okay, so you could go back and you can see how many times the 69 has come up. Okay, so let me reduce this down so you can see the whole card here. Okay, so basically, there are 7 groups. Okay, so again, there's 69 numbers, and I put the numbers into their certain group, like all the teens, all the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, of course. Okay, so this block represents 5 drawings. Okay, so this last 5 drawings, you can see that there was only 2 hits in the 20s. Okay, there's 1 hit in the teens. Okay, 1 hit in the 30s, 1 hit in the 30s before. Okay, so I'm thinking that there's going to be a lot of 30s this drawing. So there's 4 drawings left in this group of 5, and at the end, I think there's going to be at least 4 hits in the 30s. Okay, so for this drawing coming up, again, there's 5 groups. There's 7 groups here, but there's only 5 white winning Powerball numbers. So 2 of these groups won't be able to have a winning Powerball number to it. So the strategy is try to guess which one of these groups won't have the winning Powerball number to it and eliminate those numbers off of the game card. So for this drawing, I'm going to guess that the 50 numbers won't be coming up. So I'm going to eliminate the 50 numbers off of the game card. Okay, so I eliminated the 50 numbers off of the game card here, and this is what the game card looks like so far. So it's off to the next strategy. Strategy number 3, the 50-50 picks. Okay, so here in the 50-50 picks, basically how things work, there's 5 white winning Powerball numbers to the Powerball lottery. Okay, so there's going to be a majority of either odd numbers or even numbers. Okay, so I keep track of that stuff. Okay, so there's been 191 drawings total. Okay, and out of that, 94 have been the majority odd numbers, and 97 have been the majority even numbers. Okay, so I keep track of every 5 drawings to see what the majority is of either evens or odd. Okay, so that helps me predict what the next 5 is going to be. Okay, so for this one coming up, I think that it's going to go back to odds. Okay, so I think there's going to be more out of this next 5 drawings. I think there's going to be more odd numbers than even numbers. Okay, so for this drawing right here, I think there's going to be more odd numbers. Okay, and basically because this 4 is a single 4, single red, then double, single, double, single. So I think that the odds are ready to have a little run here to it. Okay, so again, I'm going to pick more odd numbers than even numbers. Okay, so for the highs and lows, okay, the lows in the blue, highs in the red. Okay, so for this drawing, I think there's going to be more low numbers than high numbers. Okay, and then the next one is left and right. The red is left and blue is right, of course. Okay, so I think there's going to be more numbers to the left area than the right area. Okay, in the last one, this red and blue section here, I think there's going to be more in the blue section than the red section. Okay, so I wrote down what I thought was going to happen here. Okay, so again, there's 5 white winning Powerball numbers. So I think the majority of them will be odd numbers. I think the majority of them will be to the low area. I think the majority of them will be over to the left side. And I think the majority of them will be in the blue area here. Okay, so off to the next strategy. Strategy number 4, picking the numbers I hope will miss from group 1. Okay, so what you're looking at is what I call group 1 numbers. Okay, so I divided the numbers into 4 different groups and put colors to them. Okay, so I keep a track record of things. So down here you can see this red area. This is for this red area up here, of course. Okay, so 1 means that one of the 5 white winning Powerballs landed in this area. Okay, and a 0 means that none of the 5 white winning Powerballs landed in this area. Okay, so I have 15 of these option cards here. Okay, so the strategy is right now is try to guess where these zeros are going to pop up. Okay, and then eliminate those numbers off of the game card. All right, so for this drawing here, I think that this green section is going to miss. Okay, so I'm going to eliminate all these green numbers from the game card. Okay, so I'll take them off the game card like so. Okay, now the 69 here shares the square with the 53, so if this was still had color to it, I would eliminate the 53 as well. Okay, so don't get too bogged down with the number being over here. Basically, all I'm doing is keeping track of groups of numbers and eliminating those groups if I don't think they're going to come up. Okay, so the 53 and the 69 is considered this group of numbers right here in the green. Okay, so I'm going back to group 1 because there's another one that I'm going to pick. Okay, I've been going for this green one for the last couple of times and getting burned by it, but I'm going back to it again, and I think this green is going to miss this time. Okay, so you can see all the green numbers here. So I'm going to eliminate these numbers off of the game card. Okay, so here I am at the game card, and again I'm going to eliminate the 4 squares here, the 4 corners, and then the middle right here, and then the 34 and 35 and 68. Okay, and of course all these are gone. Okay, so when I eliminate the 67, I'm eliminating the 19 as well, and the 66 is supposed to be in here too, so I'm going to eliminate the 8 as well. Okay, so basically all those numbers were in this certain group. Okay, you got the 8 and the 66 and the 19 and the 67 all in this group. So a 0 is a 0. A 0 means that none of these numbers, including the 19 and the 8, didn't come up. Okay, so this is what the game card looks like so far. Okay, so it's off to the next strategy. Strategy number 5, picking the numbers I hope will miss from group 2. Okay, so what you're looking at is what I call my group 2 numbers. Okay, so you can see that they're divided into 8 different groups. Okay, so basically down here I keep the stats of things. Alright, so this red, of course, means this red area right here. Alright, so you have a 0 to it, and that means that none of the 5 white winning Powerballs landed in this red area. And of course, a 2 means that 2 of the winning Powerballs landed in this red area. Okay, so again, there's 8 groups here, all right, and there's only 5 white winning Powerball numbers, so 3 of these groups won't be able to have a winning Powerball number to it. So the strategy here is to guess which one of these groups won't have the winning Powerball number to it, and you eliminate it off of the game card. Okay, so as you can see, I keep track of every 5 drawings, and then I go down and down and down. Okay, so if there's 3 or more misses or zeros to it, I color it blue for cold. If there's 3 or more hits, I color it red for hot. Okay, so basically if it's red for a very long time, well, eventually it's going to be blue. Okay, so that's what I'm counting on here, is that hopefully if it's been red for a while, then I'm going to start picking zeros to it. Okay, so I've already made my picks here, and here's one right here. Okay, this green number 3. So you can see it's the 3 down to the 27 and the 40 to the 64. Okay, but this square is already gone, so we'll see what's left on the 3. Okay, the 3 and the 27, I don't believe it's going to come up. So I eliminate it out of the 69 numbers which I put on this game card here. Okay, so back to group 2. I think there's only a couple here. Of course, the more you pick, the more chances you have of getting it wrong. So I think that this red area is going to miss. Okay, it's the 65, 18, 27 all the way across. Okay, so this shares the square with the 25, so I'm going to eliminate that as well. The 20, the 22, the 31, and the 24. All gone. So again, don't get too overwhelmed with the 65 and 25. All I'm doing is keeping track of groups of numbers. Okay, so in this red area, it's the 65 and the 25 that I'm going to keep track of. Okay, and that's all in the stats here. Okay, so off to the next one. Okay, here it is right here, orange 11, the 66, 16, 67, 27, 33, 41. Okay, so I'll get rid of those. And I'll double check here, but I believe that's it. Okay, so again, I have 15 of these option cards here. Okay, so I'm back at the game card here. Okay, so I'm done eliminating all the numbers I'm going to eliminate. Okay, so now it's off to the next strategy. Strategy number 6, picking the numbers I hope will hit from groups 1 and 2. Okay, so I'm back in group 1, and what I look for is a pattern where I see a couple of zeros like this, okay? Because most of the time when there's 2 zeros, there's a hit after it, okay? So I'm just going to go down through here, and you can see that, you know, there's 2 zeros, 2 zeros, 2 zeros, okay? Now, every once in a while, it will go on a really long run like here and here, okay? But for the most of the time, you can see that it's just 2 zeros and then another hit, okay? So I'm going to hope that this happens again with this one, with this blue area. So I think that one of these blue numbers will be coming up in the drawing, or maybe even 2. So I'm going to see what I have left on the game card. So again, it's 3, 4, 9, 10, 19, 20. Okay, so I got the 4, the 26, the 36, the 42, and that's it. Okay, so I'm going to go back to group 1 here. Okay, so I'm hoping that this blue area will hit as well. Okay, so you can see it's the 2, 11, 20, and the 65. Okay, so there's nothing there. And then the 66, 13, 22, 31. So I get the 13. And then I get the 36, 41, 50, 59. So it's the 36. And of course the last one's already gone. So as you can see, the 36 came up twice, so maybe that 36 will be coming up. And I did think that there was going to be a lot of 30 numbers coming up in the next 4 drawings, so we'll see if that 36 does come up. Alright, so I'm going back to group 1, see if there's anything else that I like. Okay, so next is option card 11. I think this green area will hit. Okay, and you can see the 36 is here as well. Let's see what else is going on the game card. Okay, so it's the 14 and 15. And it's the 36, 42, and 43. Okay, so I'll go back and I'll see what else is here. Okay, so here's another green area. Okay, so you can see the 36 is here as well. And the 13. So I'll write that down, the 13, the 21, the 36, and the 49. Okay, and I'll see if there's anything else that I like. Okay, so here's this blue again. 4 misses in a row. We'll see if there's anything. Here's the 36 that I like. Okay, so it's the 2, 4, 9, 11. So here's the 4. And the 43. The 36 and the 43. Okay, so here's this blue one more time here. So it's 3, 10, 19, 26. We got the 26 and the 42. Okay, so far the 36 and the 42 have come up a bunch of times here. Okay, so I thought the majority would be low numbers. So when it comes to the high numbers, I think I'm just going to take the 36 and the 42. Okay, so now I'm off to group 2. Okay, so what you're looking at is an overview of group 2. Alright, so again, I have 15 option cards. Alright, so the magic number here is 8. If there's 8 or more hits, I color this red. Okay, if there's 8 or more misses, I color it blue. Alright, so now I try to predict what this is going to be overall, red or blue. Okay, so I think that this brown area here will be red. Okay, so I expect a lot of hits here, and I expect a lot of hits here in the yellow area as well. Okay, as well as the orange. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to group 2 here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down the remaining numbers in the orange area, the brown area, and the yellow area for all 15 option cards. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean by that. Okay, so the only one left here in the orange is 43. The brown, 6, 14, 30. And the yellow is nothing, 0. Okay, so I'm going to write down all 15 option cards. And basically, I need to have 8 hits, at least 8 hits in each of them for this to work. Okay, so the numbers that equal out to that are the numbers I'm going to go with. Okay, and it'll probably have the 36 and 42 in there as well, I hope. Okay, so I wrote down all 15 option cards for the orange, brown, and yellow areas. Okay, so now it's off to the next strategy. Strategy number 7, picking my numbers. Okay, so when it comes to the 5 white winning Powerball numbers, I wanted the majority to be more odd numbers than even numbers. I wanted the majority to the low area than the high area. I wanted the majority to the left side than the right side. And I wanted the majority more to the blue area than the red area. Okay, so the numbers I'm going with for this drawing is 12 purple, 13 blue, 21 red, 36 green, and 49 purple. Okay, so there's going to be 2 purple numbers there because purple hasn't come up in the last 3 drawings. So I'm thinking that 2 of them just might pop up here. Okay, so again, those are the numbers I'm going with: 12, 13, 21, 36, and 49. Okay, folks, I'm always looking for people to play my game/system. So instead of charging a fee to play, I like to charge a commission for using my system. 1% if you get all 5 white balls correct. You can read the fine print, and if you're interested, you can email me at trm6776@gmail.com. All right, folks, I appreciate you watching, and best of luck with your picks.